Hello and welcome to my video. Mr.net is here, and today I'm going to explain the Resource Manager. So if you are interested, watch this video. The first thing what we gonna do is we create a new folder in our project. I call this folder the resource folder or resources, and inside this folder I add some resource files. This files has the extension resx, and I call this file strings.an for English. Then we get our resource file. If I open this resource file in my project folder, we see it is a simple XML file. In Visual Studio, if I open this, we get this view here. We have a name, we have a value, and we have a comment. Then I create also a resource for the language, strings.en minus US. And I also create a resource item strings.en minus Great Britain. Well, inside my resources I use for the name or the value welcome, and the text what I want to show is this is the language en. In my Great Britain English I say the name of the string is also welcome, and the text is this is the language en minus Great Britain. And in the US English I have also the string name welcome, and the value is this is the language en minus US. Well, so if I open the containing folder of my project, we have here our resource data, and if I compile my project, and I open the containing folder, in our debug folder we have three folders: en Great Britain, and en United States. Inside these folders we have the satellite assemblies. These assemblies are assemblies without source code, and with the Resource Manager we access, dependent on our culture, one of these satellite assemblies. So that we can access the satellite assemblies, we use the Resource Manager using system.resources, and inside this resources we have our Resource Manager. And this resource manager gets two arguments. The first argument is the base name, and the base name is the location where we can find the satellite assemblies at runtime. So this is our namespace, then our folder, resources, and the name of the resource is strings. And the second argument is the assembly where we can find the satellite assemblies. In this case I use the assembly object. This assembly object we can find in system reflection dot get executing assembly. So now I can use from the resource manager the getString method, and as an argument I'm using the name of the string, and in our resource files we have the name welcome. So I use here welcome and print this output to the console. So I start my program and I get a missing manifest resource exception. One reason for that is maybe that the base name is wrong. Another reason is that we can't find our resources. So the first what I do, I use console.writeLine, and I want to show what for a culture I'm using on my system. So for that I use the thread object, which is in system threading, the current thread, and the current UI culture. So I comment this line out and I start the program. I have the culture DE-DE. So I can use thread.current thread. Current culture is culture info, which is a part of system globalization, and this culture info has a method create specific culture, and I create the culture en-gb. Then I print the culture to the console and I try to get the string from the resources. So I start the program and we see I change the culture to en-gb and I get the string. This is the language en-gb, and this is here inside our string resource en-gb. That's the value what we get. So I can also say, I can also insert here a new culture for the string en-us. So I save this, I run the program, and I get this is the language en-us. So if I use a culture, for example For example, I use the culture ENCA for Canadian, and I start the program. I get this is the language EN. This is because if a specific culture isn't found, I take from the hierarchy the next culture, and this is in this case the EN culture. So if I use here a culture Japan and I start the program, I get an exception. And to solve this exception, in this case, we have to create a neutral culture. So for that, I create here a new resource file, and I call this resource files strings without a specific culture. So the name of the string is welcome, and the value is this is the neutral culture. So I save this, and now if I start the program, I access the neutral culture. This is the neutral culture. So that's it. That's my video about the resource manager. Hopefully I explained it well for you. So please give me some feedbacks so I can improve my videos for you. And hopefully I see you in the next videos. Bye.